Welcome, welcome, welcome. I was trying to sound like the church lady. I was doing it with the announcements. Tomorrow is Pastor anniversary.
Pastor,
Please,
and First
don't
Lady.
forget your $25 pastor donation for his anniversary. $1,000 per organization.
And you saying it wrong. It's not anniversary, it's anniversary.
Anniversary. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
For our stretcher, before we get started in the program, for our stretcher, we're going to read from the book of Psalms.
And on the second shutting, Sister Agnes has been released from the rehabilitation center. And she's at home doing fine with her son Grady, who still ain't got a job, but we praying for him. Praying for you, Grady, too.
He took the queen and she got the twin. They switched rooms.
Woo. Woo. What's good? What's good, ladies? What's good, Pastor? What's good?
I wish I could relate. I went to white people's church growing up.
I learned. And I'm there.
I learned to not come to church when the senior choir was there. I learned.
Fifth Sunday. Is that fifth Sunday? That's fifth Sunday.
First or second senior choir.
First or second Sunday.
But the old ladies be like, oh! And I'm like, wait a minute. So what tone is this song and where are we going with this? Where are we going with this?
You know, we learned in choir. When you sing and you don't know the words, you just sing watermelon. Just rock back and forth. Watermelon, 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 watermelon. You can't even tell you don't know the words.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Y'all remember the opening? It wasn't a hymn. I guess it was like a ceremonial say when they say all things come of thee, O Lord.
Oh, come of thee, oh Lord.
Half of them didn't know the words. They'd be over there talking about all chin, chamaji.
Yeah, it's on the melody.
That's the only word they know is oh Lord. And on my own.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I'm gonna take a pass.
Hindu in the Baptist
I'm gonna take
church.
a pass on that. Yeah, I'm gonna take a pass. I don't miss that. I do not miss that
at all.
Especially by offering number 3, because guest pastor came and brought his congregation and his choir to join us, and now we got to pay for them to get home. What?
Right. We got to take up an offering for the Sunbeam choir.
Right, for new robes.
They need new robes.
And we be selling plates after church.
That's right. You get a fish dinner for $5, piece of cake, candied yams,
string beans, cornbread.
Yep.
Cornbread.
And a roll.
And a roll.
And a drink.
Right.
And a 4-ounce drink.
And a drink. Some drink.
Summer drink. That's what the kids say, summer drink.
That's right.
Red Kool-Aid, tea, water.
That's our culture. That's a part of our culture, isn't it?
Because it won't no bottled water back then.
No bottled water back then.
Hell no.
Niggas was drinking lead.
Kool-Aid. Drinking Kool-Aid. Tear it up on insides. Wonder why our stomach's hurting now.
You don't want cherry or grape. You want red. You want red.
You want red, orange,
or purple. You want red or
purple.
Purple, you know. Then
yeah.
Fancy with the blues and stuff. Yeah.
I didn't really like all of that though.
I just wanted.
I was pretty basic.
I wanted the grape and put a little lemonade in it. You know, I was bougie.
You used to combine yours, yeah.
Yeah, I put the little lemonade in it because I was bougie, right?
Mm-hmm. When they started doing soda, Remember how we used to go to the skating rink and we thought we were drinking and we would ask for what they call a suicide? Where you put
Oh, well,
all
all
the
sort of,
sodas, right. Everything tastes orange and Coke. It didn't matter.
Y'all
Orange,
know I was finicky. You know I was finicky.
orange and Coke was the dominant.
I ain't like my food to touch, so no, that wouldn't work out for me.
oh yeah, I used to do those too, Monica. That's a memory right there.
Oh, the
Yeah.
skating
Can I
rink
get a
from
soda?
level
You
to
thought
two.
you was
Y'all used to go
grown
from
as
level
fuck.
to two down at the plaza.
That's
Yeah,
right. You thought you was grown.
Damn, I did not see y'all.
You in
I'm
the
sure
sixth
you
grade.
did.
You was there. You was over in that corner.
Nah, I was the person in the
No.
middle with socks on in the middle of the floor like this. Hey!
I was just standing there praying.
Telling
Don't
everybody,
knock
slow
me
down,
down.
slow down, slow down.
Please don't lock me down, Lord Jesus. Don't lock me down.
No, see, but I couldn't always go to 11 to 2. I had to graduate to that. I was on the 8 to 10:30 at
8
first.
to 10. Right.
And then, but I would come out that bitch at 10:30 and just see. I thought
The
them people
line,
was
And
grown
hang
standing
out.
in
Yeah,
line.
you didn't even have to go to level 2. All you had to do was hang outside the Jane.
but look, that's what we used to do, yo.
Yes.
We used to say, I'm staying with so and so staying with so and so staying with so and so staying with so and so.
Everybody in one house.
Everybody, ain't nobody got nowhere to go. We all go home. Oh, her mama was like, got sick.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Go to Black Mac for something to eat.
it'd be like 4 o'clock in the morning. We coming home. It's like, oh, so and so mama got sick. So I went ahead and just came on home because I ain't want to. Yeah, and I was like, please don't see her this week. Please don't see her this week.
I know, right?
Yeah,
That was a good one, though.
yeah,
It was.
we used to make up some stuff, but it was the bomb.
Yeah,
It was the bomb. I don't know why I didn't see y'all there though. But I was the one in the middle of the floor with the socks.
I saw you.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I saw you too.
With the
Who was
socks.
that one? Who was that one fine dude we always went to see that nobody had? That always could skate good looking, had on his colorful Levi's and his Izod jacket.
Light skinned dude.
It don't matter. I'm just saying, who was that one?
Oh,
Y'all remember this dude? This dude named Tico Christian. He was a light skinned dude.
Yeah.
And I used to think he was like the cutest, and I didn't even like light skinned dudes.
Yeah.
I remember that name.
Yeah, but now, oh my God, please don't be listening, bro.
Oh,
They
things
won't
have
put
changed.
him. Life ain't no
Do
Christmas.
he got any furniture?
He
No
looked,
living room.
he looked worn. He looked worn.
Worn, that is.
Light skin, you know, light skin. No offense,
Light
Carrie.
skin. You said light skin worn.
Mm-hmm.
That's different.
Look, he make you look brown, Carrie.
That's almost Caucasian worn. That's some fuck shit right there. Damn.
Lord, Tico.
That nigga looking like a Sharpay.
All right.
I'm
He looking
sorry,
like
bro.
a Sharpay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You know, he had the good hair and stuff. Now
That was in back then, that light skin good hair.
hairline gone back here now. Yeah. Life
I
ain't
can't
no-
think of that one dude name. Remember the one that always dressed like there was two. There was the one that thought he was Michael Jackson and he wore that red jacket out. Jerry Curry. And then when it was that one dude from down the bottom Newport News that like reminded you from the dude from Ready for the World.
I don't know who you're talking
Either way, that's wrong.
Oh, Sheba. Oh.
I want to remember who you talking about.
Y'all know who he was. That big dude he walked around. You know he got a 6-pack of Hanes from the Walmart.
Cause you know we ain't had no Walmart.
Oh, buff nigga. Remember he was old buff dude, dark skinned nigga. Always came in with a t-shirt on. His t-shirt was Christian. No nigga had a 6-pack. He done got from Robert Hall Village and shit.
Lord, you said Robert Hall
Did
Village.
you say Robert Hall Village? Oh no, not Robert Hall Village.
Girl, Robert Hall Village was the bullshit. That was to make an altar for the niggas. We old as shit, y'all, in real life.
What else we supposed to be talking about today, y'all?
Yeah, Robert Hall Village and GX. That was it.
Not GEX.
You said JM Field? Yeah.
JM Fields, Rob Hall Village, GX, and
Monkey
GX.
Ward. Monkey
Monkey
Ward.
Wars in the Green Stamp place, which is now the Walgreens.
Look, would these children believe us if we told them like people bought tennis shoes at the grocery store?
What?
I ain't buy no tennis shoes at the grocery store world. I wasn't ready for the world that way. I did not get my shoes.
They say that was his
grocery
threat.
store.
His daddy said that they ain't do right. He was gonna go buy them some shoes.
I didn't even the grocery store sold sneakers until somebody at school was joining on somebody and said, "That's why you get your sneakers from the grocery store." I was like, "Damn, this says sneakers."
Why you get your sneakers from Bilo? You get your sneakers from
So now
Bilo.
I'm looking at the grocery stores for sneakers. Like,
your mama paid quarterback for $40 and you get your shoes from Bilo.
shoes from Bilo. That's exactly
Oh, that's so mean.
shoes from Bilo. That's exactly what they
Right. That was the joke of the century right there.
Oh my gosh, that is horrible.
Yeah. But that's how butter cookies evolved. From the grocery store sneakers.
Yeah.
So then we start rocking them Jones.
Yeah, I like them.
All white.
Yeah.
And we start rocking them joints.
We did not start rocking butter cookies. We did not wear butter cookies.
You wore them Chinese sandals, though. Don't play.
The what?
You wore them Chinese sandals.
No, I didn't.
You wore them crayon shoes. Don't act like you ain't had no crayon shoes. You had crayon shoes.
With the white
baby dolls.
Baby doll shoes and the crayon shoes with the clear heel.
Yeah.
No, I ain't never had no clear
Girl,
shoes.
don't play.
You ain't have no baby dolls?
I had the baby dolls. I had the
You ain't
baby
had no
dolls, the
crayon
navy
shoes?
blue ones and the black ones and the red ones. I had those.
I had clear. You had no crayon shoes. I had clear crayon shoes and the ones with the brown.
I only owned one pair. I owned maybe 2 pair of jellies because they made my feet sweat.
Yeah. Everybody's feet was funky.
So I didn't wear jellies.
And the jellies is back.
They back.
The jellies is back. Gucci done got in on the jellies.
I used to have them same exact shoes.
That's crazy.
Chanel got in on them. Louis ain't got in on them yet, but they got the jellies out.
Jellies. Yeah, I was like,
they got the jacket too. The jacket, the bag,
all of it.
Everything come right back around, right?
Full circle. Yeah.
The styles, everything come right back around.
You know why they got Dapper Dan, Misa, and all them? They just bringing it back full circle. That's all that is.
That's true.
Shout out to them old heads, man.
Hold on. Let me get this butter cookies together, all the way together, because I remember when Pro Kids was out hot with the 2 little stripes, but people used to come with the fake ones and have 1 stripe or no stripe, and I used to be like, oh, they poor.
Yeah, they got them from Bilo. They got them from Bilo.
But it was sympathy. And I used to be like, oh, what size you wear? So I used to give people my own shoes until I got in trouble for that.
That was so nice of you.
I was at Lindsay, yo. I was in middle school. I was in high school. I was like, because people didn't want to get dressed in the locker room and stuff because they were ashamed to wear their sneakers or whatever.
I remember. I remember.
And so and matter of fact, everybody had Pro Kids or something. I guess that's the way you got them from Bilo. Because again, I never saw the shoes from Bilo. And but yeah, and that's when I started wearing Chucks. Because I ended up doing all my Pro Kids and told the kids, and my mom and them said they won't buy me no more. Blah blah blah. So to get around it, I started asking for a different whole sneaker. So that's when I started wearing Chucks. So I was probably in the 7th grade. And I never been on
Chucks for a long time.
And I never stopped. Mm-hmm.
I wore my high top pink Chucks and I thought the soles was gonna come off them jeans.
Girl, I had the pink ones, and people at school I was like fire. I went and got my shoes and came one of them pink Chucks to school. That was just fire. But then me like, I can't wear them again for a while.
Right. Yeah. You had your high top Chucks.
I had the low guys
and your painter pants from A&M.
Oh, and my and your Azar shirt.
And your Azar shirt and your jacket.
From Tall Hammers. What was Tall Hammers? Was it the Tall Hammers thing? Or was
Tall Hammers. Or
Hats.
Florshams. What was
Was
that
it hats?
downtown?
It used to be
Buster
hats.
Brown shoes.
Yeah, I used to wear Buster Brown shoes when I was
Mhm.
younger.
And the
Yeah.
bongo shoes. I remember you wearing bongo shoes.
What's like the black and whites? Yeah, we used to cheer them, and then had to
Padlocks. Yeah.
you had to paint. Did y'all wear the black and whites too, Karen? Did y'all
Uh-huh.
paint them? Did y'all paint them? Until you could get to Tom McCann, start having the red and white ones, you could buy straight. Oh, you was the green, but
I was green and gold.
yeah, but
Fancy ribbon.
Tom McCann started selling them with the color automatically. You had
Yeah,
to
yeah.
paint them no more.
Ah,
Damn. She said Tom
really
McCain. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
God.
They used to be
interesting.
fire.
Look, y'all just reminded me. Y'all talking about this designer shit back then, right? I remember one time I went to the mall with Cheryl. What was Cheryl's last name? Cheryl Toomer. She had a brother graduated with you, Monica, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I went with her to the mall, right? And I think we were in like Davy Jones' locker. And I was looking at jeans, I'm looking at this and that. And I picked up a pair of jeans and went to pay for them. She had like hella shit, right? She had two shirts, she had a couple of pairs of jeans, she had blah blah. She coming up with shit. And I'm just like, damn. I pulled my little money out. She was like, that's all you got? I mean, we were like 13, 14. My mama gave me $20 to go to the mall. Me personally, I thought I was fucking balling. With $20, like I think I got an outfit and some food. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like,
right, right. Because you went
no,
down to Debs like I did.
yeah, right, right. She must have had a couple of $100. Like, my mom didn't go for that shit. I
Yeah,
didn't really start wearing designer until I got my own job.
but what was that? When you said Davy Jones locker room, right?
Davy
Uh huh.
Jones.
I used to go to a merry-go-round
Yep.
That's right.
and Stitches.
I love stitches.
Stitches. You
Down
know,
by
put the
Spencer's, you had to
ties
do a
already in
loop.
it.
You went to Davy Jones' locker room, then you went to Spencer's, then you went to merry-go-round.
But you
Mhm.
ain't buy
Mhm.
shit from Spencer's. You just looked around in there for hours looking at
You
stuff.
went around and looked for hours and hours and hours. I got my Sergio Valentes and my Jordache jeans. I got my Sergios from merry-go-round and my Jordache jeans from Davy Jones' locker room.
But wait a minute. What was the name of the men's clothing store that was in Coliseum Mall, like right outside of J.C. Penney?
At
And
the end.
all the brothers worked in
And
there.
all of them,
Fans.
yeah.
Was it fans? Not fans.
Fines, yes it was. Yes
It
it
was
was.
fun.
Fines men's shop. Home
Now
of the
I
Stacy
get it.
Adams shoe. Home of the
Now I
Stacy
get
Adams.
the name and the salespeople that were in there. I couldn't appreciate their fineness then. I was like
That
7,
was look, that
8.
was
You
a
know what I mean?
man's that was our first experience of a men's haberdasher shop.
Them brothers stayed sharp. You hear
Shop.
me?
They was sharp. They was sharp. All the deacons went there. Coach shoes and shit.
My cousin Terry used to be the manager. He older than me, a little older than me, but a lot older.
Yeah.
But he used to dress his ass off, right? The hair and everything, being there, everybody going to tags. I guess they got commission. I didn't understand that process back then, right? So he
Right,
always
right,
talked
right.
about it, and he'd be like, oh, whatever. And then, I was wondering why he was always so sharp, but just a little bit too sharp. And yeah, he was gay. But yeah.
Look.
Years and years and years later down the road. But
Who you talking about? Cedric Kahn?
no,
Oh, you talking
Uh-uh.
about your cousin?
he
Heard
said
you
Uh-uh.
was talking about the you remember Cedric Kahn, the pianist?
no, I don't
He used to
remember.
play at Queen Street and he used to play at First Church in Newport News. Brilliant young man. Went to Hampton University. Kind of
Mm-mm.
reminded you of Prince and Phil Nelson a little bit. Had a big old fro. I mean, he was an amazing pianist.
Okay.
First person
The
I
whole
knew that got
process of being
engaged.
gay back then, I didn't understand
Right.
that. We didn't know that concept,
Yeah, we didn't
Right,
talk about it.
Right. We didn't talk
right.
about it. We didn't really, understand the whole concept of it. But you just used the words because it wasn't gay. I'm sure gay wasn't the term they used back then. But
Nobody talked about it. It was an unspoken code.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Unspoken code. You didn't talk about. We knew something was wrong. You know what I'm saying? We knew something was wrong with Cedric. He was our Liberace. You know,
But aren't all the music ministers, aren't they all a little
pretty much. They from the devil's den.
Or choir directors, or it seems like most of them are homosexual men.
Yeah.
no knock on that, but
No, not at
maybe
all.
Not at
that's that
all. You do what you do.
creativity gene, right?
Right.
That
Right.
gene that does
Or,
that. We talk about genes, and I'm not talking about Jordache. We talk about genes, and I asked Monica today about her Irish ancestry. Um, if y'all don't know, y'all need to look at from last week. Who was talking about Monica going to Ireland. But I was looking at the genetic stuff about Ireland because you know me. Once I get on something, I'm on it. But
right.
I was like, how many percentage did you have? And I was like, was it 3? Was it 1? But I was reading a whole big thing about Irish people coming here in the 1700s and getting. Oh no, they came here themselves as like indentured servants or whatever. But then
Hmm.
they got farms, small farms and stuff, in Virginia, North Carolina and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, and I was like, yeah, that's probably exactly where Monica's people did came
Mm-hmm.
here as. And I was like, I wonder would she look at that further. So I thought that was pretty interesting because I knew the Irish people were slaves themselves at one time,
Mm-hmm.
way back, and
Mm-hmm.
but I said that was pretty interesting to be, a part of that, of people that came here basically as slaves and
Mm-hmm.
then got slaves. But I guess it's similar to the thing of black people having slaves. So
Right.
free labor, free labor, right? That's the
Right.
process, I guess.
Right. Right.
So
That's
how do we
real.
feel about that? How do we feel about black people having slaves? How do we digest that as black people or brown people, melanated people?
Well, we were told that before the uh the actual slave trade and the what is it, the mid Atlantic, when they were coming over the first time, that some of them were slaves from the tribes that they took them from. And they actually made deals with the white man to do this. But I don't think that they knew that their people were going to be treated, I mean, as bad. I mean, we can look at, the continent of Africa now. You can be in a small town and have helpers and things like that. So, to a certain extent, we know they're not being paid very well. Is that still a component of slavery, and we've just modified it to look differently?
No, because once you say pay, it's slavery. I mean, it's not slavery. But I'm talking about the people in the Americas that came here. They came here as for whatever reason, indentured. They gained their freedom. They did whatever. They were indentured service, and then after the time they became free, and because it's a whole lot of black people. Most black people in Virginia didn't have big plantations; they had small farms. But well, not black people, people in general. But a lot of black people had slaves. I mean, bottom line is black people had slaves, and I'm like, how do we digest that as melanated people that we enslaved our own people? But white people didn't enslave white people. They always paid them a little change,
Yeah. Well, it's almost like it's a analogy for self hatred too.
Mm.
You know what I mean? That's something that we struggle with, and apparently we've struggled with it for hundreds of years, or since we came here or whatever. But you said something earlier, and I don't mean to get off the subject, but it really resonated with me when you were talking about Monica's DNA and her Irish ancestors. Um, Me having found out last week, or maybe not found out, but actually heard someone say that my paternal grandmother was a product of rape, like both of them were. Um, that alarmed me, right? That alarmed me. And I have Irish ancestry. So it just made me think about the how we were talking about trauma and how it's passed on, genetically and through the DNA and stuff. And this could explain like how families are dysfunctional sometimes. 'Cause no family is perfect. Every family got their shit or some kind of shit, that they go through. And how is all of that connected? How will we ever escape that if it's like inbred?
Yeah, that's interesting you bring that up, Carrie, because once I found out about this Irish history, I kind of understood uh, going 2 to 10 or being at a point where you get, real fiery real quick or have an attitude because that's their behavior, you know. I also wanted to know because um, I took a linguist class doing my undergrad studies and became fascinated with names, especially surnames, last names. And I pay attention to that because it gives you or identifies the origin from where people come from. Explains a lot, like about, my mother never put it together until I figured this out. Irish. My mother's maiden name was Mooney, right? Didn't even think about Irish at the time, right? But I'm always fascinated by other people's surnames or, oh, that's English, and I'll even ask people, is that German, but, and then when, based on their characteristics and how they react, I always go back to that surname because of what you're saying about DNA.
Well, you know what? That's really hard for Black people with surnames because, again, we talked about this before. I think a lot of Black people just took names, just
They
took whatever
did.
name they wanted at some point, something they liked, um, that they use because um, we are at a place in our DNA research that we know, and I'm gonna tell you the most traumatizing thing is to see and find out for sure, and when you know that your ancestor was a slave, you know, that's one of the most traumatizing thing, I guess, in this day and age to see actually, like my dad's grandfather, a sheet of his cohabitation record with his wife. They got married, I guess, after, and it says last owner, and the name of the last owner for her and for him, and that's like traumatizing. Well, anyway, the last owner wasn't his last name, and is no the owner. You can't find where his last name and the last name they took came from. It's like they just put it out their ass. So it's like they didn't want to be associated with anything or anybody that owned them, which means it's hard for us to find other people in that DNA thing because their name is just a name they pulled out their ass, and or they liked from someone. But that was one of the most traumatizing things to see. Um, actually like to see or see them listed as not that. This is another set of great grandparents listed as property
As property.
and
Hmm.
their age,
Yeah,
and you see their
yeah.
kids underneath and their ages, and it's like on the property schedule, not even on the census. It's on a property schedule, and
Wow.
yeah, that
That's
that, that
heavy, yo.
Yeah,
that's
it really is. When you think of, I didn't really think about it that way, like you saying that they just took names. The first thing that came to my mind was rape, and that somewhere down the line, I'm a product of that. You know what I'm saying? That was the first thing I thought of when I come to surnames and stuff like that. So, but yeah, but that's real interesting. But on another note, we're coming up on next month, which is June. Well, Juneteenth will be celebrated, which is an official holiday, and I guess Walmart tried to do the right thing and come up with some Juneteenth paraphernalia that they could capitalize on, courtesy of us, right?
Do the right thing for their pockets.
Right,
Okay. What you say?
courtesy of us, correct. So they got this. like, African so-called ice cream. They say it's Juneteenth, celebrating Juneteenth. Swirled red velvet and cheesecake flavored ice cream. And people got really upset about that. They have some other things here. I just want to know what you guys take. What's you guys take on that? It says our story, share and celebrate African American culture, emancipation, and enduring hope. Our story. Whose story is that, Walmart? How can you attest to that from Arkansas? The Waltons, can y'all talk to me about our story? Other than you having us on your plantation? How do you know about our story?
But you know what? It's like, hey, honey, it's like people will see that ice cream and they'll only see Juneteenth. And they'll say, girl, we got to get this ice cream for the cookout.
That's right. It's like
Get
them
about
patty
3 of them for
pies.
the cookout. Oh, that's going to be, because that's what's about to happen. They looking at this as black folks' 4th of July.
Yeah, yeah.
It is.
It's a money maker.
It's our 4th of July, but in my opinion, and let me say this: Target does, because even they capitalize on Black History Month and all that, but Target does promote Black business and Black people that do their T-shirts and their
They
stuff.
do.
They're doing that, so I got to give them that, at least trying. I don't know about Walmart. I can't speak on Walmart if they have. I know they have a diversity director at Walmart, but um, I'm
Did
not
she think
sure.
that through? Did she think that through? Or
But
did whoever that is think that through?
what I'm saying is, I don't know if they, used a black co-packer or whatever. But if they did, they need to advertise it and to say it for people who actually thinking about that. But if on Juneteenth, if it's our black 4th of July, then we should be buying everything black on Juneteenth. We
On
should be
our day.
supporting everything black.
Everything black, made black. Like
Yeah.
Chinese shit on Juneteenth. No.
Right.
It needs
Right.
to be constructed, manufactured by black hands.
Everything should be black.
Everything should be black. Same thing with Kwanzaa. That's right. That right there. Black. You got that from black folks.
Yeah.
We should be black on Juneteenth. We should do everything black. Right. Manufacturers, everything we doing. We should be
Eat
buying from a
black.
black grocery store. Black
Smoke
hamburger
black.
bun. Get your crabs from the crab man. Make
Yep.
our own damn ice cream if we need to.
Right,
That's
right,
right.
right.
But I think, I think it's a lot of people don't like the holiday or whatever, but I understand it. Um, I understand it how, just like MLK Day, they trying to appease us with giving us a holiday, but everybody a holiday or whatever. But yeah, we just got to remember and keep in context when we celebrate these things that we shouldn't be out here at during Walmart buying up making the Waltons richer.
Clearly, we're distracted
Right,
Yeah.
and we're pouring into that pot of capitalism
right,
in droves.
right. We should be doing
Everything is,
community
yeah,
work.
everything is like follow the money. It's all about money.
Exactly, because every Juneteenth should be a celebration of black people, melanated people, of people being free from that capitalism. That's what we should be
Yeah.
free from. Spending money in that white community on Juneteenth. Try that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know about the ice cream, but I had somebody on my timeline talking about how delicious it was. So,
Yeah,
Well,
damn.
what makes it? Okay, it's red velvet and cheesecake. What is the?
Red velvet and cheesecake swirl.
Is it a color or is it
I
something
don't.
about
I'm
those
trying to
flavors
look.
that
That's what I'm
identifies
looking to
with?
see. The only thing I have, I don't know if you guys can. I'm trying to see if I can get this where you can see it. But the only
Mm-mm.
thing,
I can Google it.
yeah. But the only thing they have so far is this. Let me see. Can you see now? No, still can't see. The only thing they have is it's the it's the our African rainbow color flag. There's variations of different color shades of um hues of brown skinned people, peace sign, hand up, high fiving, you know, that type of stuff. They got a couple of t-shirts, but I'll be honest, Amazon got some pretty cool shit. I mean, I'm sitting there looking like,
But Amazon got a black owned place too where you can
they
buy from black
do,
vendors.
they do,
So
yeah,
and if you can't, just create your own T-shirt. Let your kids make their own T-shirts to celebrate black.
You can tie
yeah.
that little joint. Yep, pimp it out. I
Do
like that idea.
yeah, do
Yeah,
something to support yourself, support blackness. Do something black. Don't just take the day off and go to a cookout.
that's right.
That's yeah.
It's gonna be
Good advice.
Juneteenth
Sis.
all over our house, just like we putting up banners and stuff for the Fourth. We put it up for Juneteenth too. Sure are that.
With Juneteenth, and this, I guess I'll celebrate this year. I guess I'll do something. I was
Yeah,
supposed to come to Texas for Juneteenth, but plans changed or whatever. But um to Galveston to a Juneteenth pageant um that they've been doing for I guess a long time in
mm,
Galveston or
That's
surrounding.
dope.
Yeah, but I'm not going. But
it's about 3.5 hours away.
yeah, but I thought it would be nice. I might try to reach out next year. But I just feel like we need to do something productive. That's it. On Juneteenth. Um,
Yeah, and maybe that will encourage future productivity.
Yeah,
mhm,
I agree.
Hmm.
I totally agree.
And sometimes it only takes encouragement.
But maybe we should just do some self care on Juneteenth.
That sounds really
Good
good.
idea.
Take care of our mental.
I think we need to have some days leading up
Great
to it,
idea.
like Kwanzaa. I would like to see it celebrated that way that whole week. I don't know, maybe that's something that we can consider doing and throwing out there, just like Odu did with Kwanzaa. You know,
Well, hell, I think they maybe can just give us a whole year off. Like
I I need some time to cultivate my 40 acres.
That part.
just give us a whole year off. Shit, you know,
Mhm.
just a paid
Mhm.
year. I mean, something,
Just a
some little
whole pay
extra.
year.
Mhm.
They might want that to be part of the reparations and
Whatever, whatever it takes, whatever they feel.
I need to still see a little of this though. Just
Yeah, you can be dead. Uh,
oh my
waiting
God.
on that.
I got
Yeah,
some things to do, man.
shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it how I can get it.
For
Right. Get it how
real.
you can
That's
get it.
true.
That's why I said get it how you can get it. Get this grant money that's out here. Get these government contracts that are out here for minorities. Get this money. Get this property. Buy up some shit. Own something before you die. Do something
It's
That's
that
right.
possible.
yeah,
It's
do
possible.
something.
I really think that's how we need to be looking at reparations.
Mhm.
Because to think that, the oppressor is just going to drop money on us, if people still using that verbiage, they waiting on their 40s. I mean, nigga, you're not getting in shit. You're not getting it, nigga.
Right. Get that 780. I say the 780 if you don't know what I'm talking about. Get that 780 credit score.
Hey!
Join the 780 club, yo. Because if you got that, you can get whatever you want.
I
You
know
can
that's
buy
right.
whatever, you can get whatever, you can own something, leave something for your kids. You want to do something to help somebody, pay your goddamn child support. Don't make
I feel
somebody take
you.
you to court. Do something for the next generation because we always starting in a hole as melanated people. We start in a hole. And
Yeah.
we sometimes are selfish and sometimes we maybe our parents didn't know no better or grandparents. But if you start in a hole, then you're always digging out, right?
Yep.
Right.
So when you leave your next generation something, you already at the very least you level. I'm level with everybody
Mhm.
else. So if I
They a
put myself
leg
in a
up.
hole,
Yep.
I had to dig down.
Yep.
So give them a leg up. Leave something for your next generation. Leave something for your kids and your grandkids. I know we say,
Yeah.
"Oh, I ain't leaving them niggas shit," but leave them something, because
We
that
do say that.
yeah, but because that puts them ahead of the game, and that's how every other group of people are always ahead of us because we always digging out, because we didn't have nothing.
I
We
just feel
had
like we need to
insurance
be
policy.
educated though, Sonia, about when we get that
And,
inheritance, what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? I think I just don't want to leave an inheritance to someone that's just gonna squander the money.
but you're
I
gonna be
know it's
dead,
not for me to worry about because I'm gonna be
right? You're
dead,
gonna be dead.
but I think that even still with what our parents have left us, they left it in good faith that we would do what was right. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the whole thing for me. I just want to
You
leave a
can't no
legacy.
guarantees in life. You leave them what you gonna leave them prepared. You get an insurance policy for $100,000. So I'm gonna leave each of my kids $100,000 on insurance policy. I just gave them a leg up, and all I did was pay $22 a month for that. And they got a
Did you
hundred
give them a
thousand.
leg up if they went and pop bottles at the club for two
Yep,
months?
I
You
did.
left them
I
a leg
did.
up.
I did. They dug it in.
They
They dug
squandered
down,
it. Okay,
but I
okay.
gave them the leg up. So I did my job. I did my job. You know what I'm saying? Just as like if I have a child and go on drugs, I didn't put the pipe in their hand.
Right,
I
right.
did my job. You see what I'm saying? They chose to do this. So if I leave them $10 or $20 or whatever, 100,000, $1,000,000, then and they choose to squander it, is nothing I can do about it. But I
It's
gave
on
them the
them.
opportunity, right?
Okay.
I gave them the opportunity, and so they're not starting in that hole. They might put themselves back in the hole like we do. Like think about this. We did. We all start out with a fresh slate, right? Credit, everything. And we chose to go out here parlaying and doing whatever we do. And we put ourselves in the hole. And then we like scratch, 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 gonna get up. Right? So and some of us do it again. And we go back into a hole and we scratch and scratch and scratch. But that's the same thing with our kids. We can get them 100,000 and they could be on top and just keep exceeding, or they can go in the hole and scratch and scratch and scratch and get back up. Because everybody still gotta make their decisions. But what I'm saying is, as black people, as melanated people, we need to let them start on an even
On an
playing field.
even plane. Yeah.
Because if we let them start in poverty or living in the projects and doing generational shit like we do, then we gonna never catch up. Waiting on the government, we gonna never catch up. Waiting
Yeah.
on
You're
them
right.
40
Yeah.
acres.
You're
That's
right.
one thing. Waiting on the government. We need to stop doing that. Most
Mm-hmm.
definitely.
But we need to do something to encourage ourselves, encourage our own people, so we can be a part of the conversation, and we won't keep waiting for that 40 acres and a mule. We buying it ourselves and giving it to other people that look like us.
Yes, yes. That's what I was gonna say. Like what you are saying is generational wealth, but the part that people are leaving out is the transfer of wealth.
Of the well. Right.
It's the
Right.
transfer of the wealth.
Mhm.
Most people just look at it like, oh, just getting that money with no inkling of even thinking about transferring it to somebody else. Just got
Right.
to go through all the shit while you here. You got
Right.
to go through all the shit while you here.
Right.
Right.
And it's like people say, oh, I made, and we got these millennials, Monica's favorite people, they making some mad money. They making
They
bank
are. They killing the game.
but
Yeah,
they out here buying Porsches and Lamborghinis and whatever and condos and renting $10,000 a month houses, and
They ain't scared of shit either. That's one thing I like about
but
their ass.
also at the end of the day, are they gonna be able to transfer their wealth? Taking
Let's hope
private
so.
jets and And just because you make $1 million, you spend $1 million, that means you still in net zero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you look good. You look
Yeah.
good. You
While
fall
you doing
good.
it. Yeah.
And I'm like, yes,
You
yes.
know, and what Sonia was saying earlier about the 800 credit score, while you on the way up, you only need a 650 to buy a house, so you can start owning real estate right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But a 780 gonna let you put furniture in it if you need
Oh,
to.
without a doubt.
So
But they can put furniture. They can put furniture in it too. If they close at the beginning of the month, they got 2 months before they got to pay their actual bill, so they can
well, you
buy
know what?
furniture.
That's um that's
Put
another
some
whole
money
show.
up. Put
Talk
some
about
money
real
up
estate.
and for
That's
hard
another
times
You
or
whole
said
something.
that's another whole show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
that's a leg up now.
I hate when people tell people,
Yeah.
"Oh, buy a house and it's cheaper than you rent." Well, right now, yeah, no, yes and no, because
It's about
everybody
even kill.
not gonna get a no down payment drink. You know what I'm
Yeah,
Right.
saying? Everybody don't make it like that. And
Right.
yeah.
then some people can't afford to buy a house because they can't afford to fix the house. And you can say, well, you can get a what was we just talking about, Carrie? Well, you just have to
What?
keep calling the man about your washer. Hey, tell your business, but
Oh, the home warranty.
On the home warranty, yeah.
the warranty. But like,
It's all good. I'm so happy about my washer coming.
but I'm just saying, some people can't afford. Some people can't get their home warranty, and so when a repair comes, you got to pay for that. So now I can't get this repaired. My roof falling apart. You see my point? So
Mhm.
every situation is not about buying a house. Every situation is about building, but you got to build it for each person's situation, if that makes sense.
Right.
Because
Right.
I
Right.
want everybody to buy a house because
And
everybody.
yeah, now some people is not are not for it, but they can afford the home warranty. All you gotta do is stop going to the club one time a month.
But some people don't go to the club. Some people could just not make enough money.
Very true.
They
I
could
agree
True.
with
just
that
not
too.
make enough money.
Yeah.
And you say, oh, if you make enough to pay $1,800 a month in rent. But yeah, but everything in that rent is included. They're gonna fix my roof and fix my floor and do this and do that. So it's just like making sound decisions and not
Yeah.
like because I'm gonna jump off and then we can get off. But I listen to people all the time, and then I'm talking about business now, and I hear people say, "Well, in business, you need to get this LLC, you need to do this, you need to do this, and you need to do this." And then people listen and they go run out and get this LLC and get this and get this and get this, and then I'm like, "You just did all that and you ain't making 10 cents."
I heard that before.
And I'm saying, how you listening to your a consultant that only money they made was the money they made off of you
Right, right.
to go get an LLC. You know, and that's the that's the that's the problem I have with a lot of people. And y'all know how I am about receipts, right? If I need somebody in fashion and style, I'm gonna go to the person I need that got the receipts that I know do the job. I'm gonna go to Monica. I know that she can do the interior. She got receipts. She do it. She got the business. She got. I'm gonna go to the person with the receipt. I'm not gonna go to the person who's saying,
It's
I
simple.
got a Capital One. I got Capital One as my client. You don't even have enough credit for a Capital One card. How in the world are you a client?
Right, right. What's in your wallet?
Yeah, not Capital One.
What's in your?
I don't get it.
I want to challenge my people for the month of June. And this is serious. Carrie not gonna be able to still come off of mute. But I want to challenge my melanated people for the month of June. Those who still have a baby fat card or a Nestle card,
No, stop.
I want you to get a baby, and I want
Wait.
you to be solid with the
Hold on,
bank
hold on,
account.
hold on,
Do not get overdraw protection. Just do right by
hold
the
on,
bank
hold on,
account.
hold on. Let me. We supposed to do it on money segment. Okay, this is our money talk. Okay, I asked the last time. I was like, "Oh, what is a?" We was talking about what you do if you don't have a bank account, right? And you was talking about what you call it, Monica? Netflix, not Netflix. What do you call it?
Net spin, the net
Yeah, yeah,
spin.
yeah, yeah. And
And the baby fat, the baby fat.
I looked at that after you said it. I looked at it, and they charge you about $17,000 a month in fees.
Yeah, yeah, they charge you a fee for the card. Then they charge your ass to get your money out the account.
You done paid
You
seventeen
get with
thousand
a
dollars.
credit union and go to any 7-Eleven in the nation pretty much. It's got Pulse on the back of your debit card.
But I'm gonna
Oh,
say, but I did see. Hold on, I did
you
check
remember
that
that
out.
baby
Okay,
card?
these accounts, and I did see one. If y'all don't know, is One United Bank is a black owned bank, and
You got to have
all
an 800 credit score.
no, they did this debit card now with Killer Mike and Jesse Williams. You know Jesse Williams from Grey's Anatomy. And some more people, black people, got together and got with them, and they did this card called Greenwood. It's called Greenwood
Yeah,
Bank.
the Greenwood.
And so the prepaid cards just came out, and their fees are basically nothing. It's just to make sure all people can be black people, melanated people can be to help them with getting their credit and their bank accounts and stuff back together.
So we need to put that on our webpage.
Yeah.
That's really important
So
because when I tell you, and you know, and I hate to bring up the baby fat card because I think Russell Simmons meant well.
no, he got them 495s and 995s, and he made good money.
Yeah.
He made more.
Yeah.
But yeah, but that Greenwood Bank does have one, so people who don't have, we'll put it on the page. But people who don't have that, and the other thing that I love, you know how I am about black business, it helps black businesses that can't get credit elsewhere.
Right.
That it helps them get the credit and build the credit and build their accounts so they can get checking accounts and this and that and that. So it's promoting black. The money goes back to the black community. That's the big thing. It doesn't just go to random.
Get there for my grandkids. That would be really interesting because I've always right around sixth grade get my kids a bank account and teach them how to use a bank account, write a check, understand balancing, checks and balancing, their ledger and stuff like that. So maybe that's what I'll do for my grandkids, get them a Greenwood card. That'll be.
Yeah, we're gonna put the information out there, and but look, you talk about writing a check. I mean, we gonna go, but you talk about writing a check. I got a 25-year-old that didn't know how to write a check, yo.
Oh, mine, if they didn't know how to do nothing,
they like, what's writing a check?
It's like what I put on this.
Right.
Right. Wrong. It ain't that he just. I mean, you never had to do it. If he didn't check, you get a cashier's check, right? Because that's what kind of money you deal with. Other than that, you use a debit card.
Debit card.
I was like, damn, we old.
That tap shit where you just tap your shit. You know what I mean?
I'm at Sonics today. Go on. She said,
"You don't need that never work."
We owe. I love y'all. I always have a good time. We covered a plethora of subjects.
Yeah, we do.
I'm telling you, but y'all just totally took me out earlier. So my bad. I know I checked out for a minute, but.
Yeah,
I knew the baby fat car was gonna start some problems, so I really
we appreciate y'all. We got something for you.
You saw the kitty cat in the corner of the car, didn't you? Everybody started falling out because I did.
Girl, I did. Yeah, they used to come on.
His tail sticking up like this.
Oh my goodness.
But we can put it out there. But until next week, y'all.
Peace out. One love.
Good night.